Hello and welcome back to another episode of Inside the Man Cave, and we're looking at another Starlog magazine, and I'm thinking about doing a Starlog magazine each time I do another new episode of Inside the Man Cave, so we can get through some of the ones that I have. So this issue is number 19, I think from 1979, and this is actually a Star Wars special one. It's basically off the Star Wars Holiday Special, one of the most infamous Star Wars projects that ever came out. So this is sort of an inside look at the Star Wars TV special before it aired. Now, if a lot of people don't know about the Star Wars Holiday Special, it didn't go down well, and you can't even really find any copies of it or anything like that because George Lucas wanted to get rid of it on the face of the earth. So I have seen it. It's a hard watch, but this is sort of a more inside look in the magazine, and we'll have a look what else is in here. Let's see what else is featured. We have something with Battlestar Galactica, a little look at Superman the movie, NASA, how to fly in space, and a little bit on the Lord of the Rings as well. So let's take a look at Starlog number 19. Right, off the bat is a very beautiful intro cover. The magazine of the future. We have a massive giant image from, I think, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. And next we have just all of the things that are featured in that we'll hopefully cover some of, including like Superman and Battlestar Galactica 2 and the Star Wars Holiday Special. Now each Starlog magazine that I've seen starts with From the Bridge, so pretty much a little introduction from the publisher, and then you can also see the publishers and editors who have been a part of this magazine. Each of the magazines actually even come with a few ads, and this is a invasion of the body snatchers. And we have the communications section where fans can write into the Starlog magazine and express their theories and talk about their favourite shows. There's some talking about the Flash TV series, and there's just a few other different ones that are in there. And here we have another ad where a lot of these they're almost like a mailing service where you can put in your information there and get whatever that is accessible or whatever they're selling. And the communications section continues. Someone saying, will there ever be a definitive Godzilla story? Then we have over the page is just another ad for some more future Starlog magazines. The next section featured is the log entries, so sort of the latest news about science fiction stories and everything like that. We see here the Looney Tunes featured in Duck Soup. And each Starlog magazine always comes for an opportunity for fans to get back issues where they can write in what they want and how much each one is and so forth. There's a really cool ad featuring here, watch Star Wars, Logan's Run and Close Encounters of the Third Kind at home. So some sort of image reel ad here. Starlog features a very special Buck Rogers segment. So you can see some images from the show, or is it a movie? I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with Buck Rogers. but I think it's a cereal. And a continuation inside look at Buck Rogers. Here we have an image painting of one of the mountains on actual Mars. It's a volcano actually, but apparently it's 3 times the height of Mount Everest. That is pretty impressive. Next we have a Starlog interview with Maureen Jensen from Battlestar Galactica, the original version. So there's a little bit of information about her. But Battlestar Galactica was a pretty epic sci-fi series. A lot of the actual production team who worked on the original Star Wars also did work on the Battlestar Galactica TV series. Now, the actress featured here, she had a pretty significant role in the TV series of Battlestar Galactica. Next, we have another Starlog interview showcasing an upcoming film of theirs, The Body Snatchers. That also has Star Trek's very own Leonard Nimoy in it. So this is just a little inside look at this sci-fi film that I have not seen, but I should actually check it out. Next, we have a big coloured spread on the animated Lord of the Rings TV special, or it was actually a film actually, the animated movie. So there is, I think that's Frodo and Gandalf, and then this massive image here is of, they said it's Gollum, so that's interesting. I have seen bits and pieces of this film, but never watched it fully. Next, we have a pretty big colour spread. It says, have your reserved on this space shuttle. So that's an interesting depiction. Continuing off that space shuttle, we have a segment with free flying in space. Basically an article talking about NASA engineers designing a space flight suit. So, and you can see some imagery of that in action, which is really cool. Next up, we have the main feature of the show, and that is Star Wars Invades TV, a behind-the-scenes look at the CBS Star Wars TV special, aka the holiday special, a star-studded affair that broke all the rules regarding the do's and don'ts of television. And it definitely broke a lot of rules. So let's take a look. We've got a massive big imagery here of 2 Wookiees that were a part of the show. So here it is, guys, your look at the behind the scenes look at the Star Wars holiday special that almost destroyed Star Wars. So you see a Wookiee playing, I think that's with an X-Wing. But yeah, I've only seen bits and pieces of it, but it is quite an experience and a half. And we have C-3PO himself, Anthony Daniels, in the holiday special too. Next section is the space report, where it's pretty much having fans write into the magazine and the production team trying to answer their burning space sci-fi questions. And then over here we have future conventions, about all the future conventions happening mostly in America. And we have the Star Trek report that's heavily been featured in each of these Starlog magazines as far as the ones at least I've seen. So it looks like some of the Star Trek casts promoting one of their films. So they're doing some good stuff. Next we have an inside look at Superman. In a few weeks, Superman the movie will leap into the movie screens across the country with a $50 million budget. What can moviegoers expect from this heroic Man of Steel? Everything. So here is a little more information about the upcoming Superman film, or the very first Superman film, with the late and great Christopher Reeve. Next we have the magic techniques of movie and TV, another ongoing segment part that they have in this magazine, and it's called the Mothership. So basically from Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Here's a really clear image of the mothership from that film, and then you've also got some behind the scenes details of the making of the mothership as well in the film. And from aliens to now fairies, things that go bump in the night, a fairies segment in this magazine with a really nice image section of some fairies artwork there. And the fairy segment continues. Do you believe in fairies? Let me know. Next we have the classified information, pretty much like people sort of selling stuff or promoting stuff or so forth. So there's that's quite a double spread page of that, and some really cool Battlestar Galactica posters people can order in. And we have the Visions section to finish us off, with a nice big spread that looks like Tarzan. And at the back we have the Forbidden Planet, that is Robbie the Robot, that you can order your poster there. And that concludes this book for Starlog number 19, with an exclusive look at the Star Wars Holiday Special. Thank you for joining me, and hopefully see you in the next one.